Today's society is crazy. Only in certain communities. Um, well, it's only one ethnicity that, what I'm saying, it's usually African American people or black people. This is so embarrassing for black people, especially black mothers. And I don't care how you try to word it or try to convince people that it should be this way. In reality, it's not. Um, as an adult, you owe your children everything because they didn't choose to be brought in this world. You chose, you made a decision, and they had no choice. So you owe them everything. The children doesn't owe you anything. My biological mother, she owes me over $500,000. Now I know you wonder, how did it get that deep? Well, every year, she was either homeless or didn't have a vehicle or couldn't afford one. And we made an agreement where if I pay for this is mine. So I done this several times. She didn't beg several times. She been homeless a couple times, carless a couple times. Um, my fault was not putting things in my name, but in reality, everyone or every male puts and buys and purchases items in family members' names, significant others' names, and it's understood that if this person stops paying, you will lose this item. For some odd reason, my mother doesn't believe the things she has in her name isn't hers. Um, she's been divorced 4 times in her life. She had several abortions, I find out, about 5 or 6. She had about 4 miscarriages. Um, she even convinced her youngest son to believe, well, she ain't convinced, he been convincing, because his jealousy of his insecurities of his life and his shortcomings. But him and her are the only people out of everyone, their close family. Um, I haven't told anyone other than family what's going on, but I'm pretty sure they have told others. And it's insane to believe that the person owed 500,000 needs help, and the person that owes the 500,000 doesn't need help. Now she used this money to take care of her sons and their responsibilities, and begged me not to say anything because of their insecurities and their sensitivities as men. But she has also made a lot of lies. She has ruined properties. Um, she has ruined deals that was set up based on her being paid to do a job because she needed money. Um, it's been over a year and she wants to go to court. I'm not going to court. There's no point of going to court. You're going to pay me my money by all means necessary. I'm not your husband. I'm not your ex husband. I'm not your baby daddy. Even though you wish I was that guy, I'm not. She has produced lies to my child's mother and convinced her and influenced her to be against me until things were out of my child's mother's control and hands, where it has detrimentally affected our family, where we have no trust. I don't have any trust on her anymore. And she has to do more as a mother now because of the distance she has created with our child based on her being influenced. I don't know what was said or whatever. I still haven't got the whole truth from my child's mother of what the plan was, but it was a setup to sabotage me based on me being successful over decades without any help, any support, or love. And I took care of everyone that never supported me. That was my downfall. That was my fault. It's not a downfall. It's my fault because I'm still up. And these people, or these certain people, because they was homeless and needed me, now all of a sudden I'm the problem. I don't have to deal with these people. But these people know if I have my money back that they owe me, there's no reason for communication. But my mother believes if she owes me money, it's always a reason for me to communicate or a reason for her to communicate with me. And I don't want that. I want to sever all ties. And she doesn't like that. But she has no choice. And this is what we go through growing up with a woman trying to be head of the household. She's entitled to everything positive that she has no support or has nothing to do with based on her choices. Her last husband was a crackhead. She hid it from her family for over 10 years. But I knew, my brother may have not known, my brothers may have not known, but I knew. And I used to have to pay bills and make sure we ate dinner. But then he would play a role like he's such a man or he's a father figure, and he's not. He was broke. She gave him money from her paychecks for whatever he wanted to do. And when his kids wanted Christmas gifts or birthday gifts or anything, she paid for them. We couldn't get anything. I couldn't get anything. I was told to be lucky to have a house over my head and clothes on my back. And she would go to the thrift store to get clothes. So I would have to hustle to get my own clothes because I was not going to school to get embarrassed or talked about some clothes. I already had other things going on at school. I'm not gonna get talked about my gear now. But I always had jealousy with her and my younger brother. She influenced him to be jealous against me and envious against me. I haven't talked to him seriously in years. He randomly finds reasons to try to talk to me or different events to try to spark up a conversation, and I don't care for it. It bothers him. It don't bother me. He's my younger brother, and he doesn't understand life um, as far as being a man. And he thinks arguing or bickering with me will make his life better. But he's an assistant teacher. I'm a successful business entrepreneur. Most of his friends that he was close with became successful in their own right, and he's not. And his relationship with them was rocky and jealousy as well on his end, but he won't admit that. But they're cool with him, but he doesn't understand why he's so far behind in life. But people that he's so close to, or supposedly was close to, are enjoying life, and he's not enjoying it. That's his problem. Back to Jillian. Back to my mother. She owes me money. She owed her mother money, stole from her mother, was a power of attorney over her property, and sold her property, which made her force her to leave. I was going to buy the property. I was giving my grandmother extra $10,000 from the bank. She lied to my grandmother and told her I was broke, I had no money. My grandmother's old. She don't know I got the inspection paperwork to move in. I just had to replace the socket in the bathroom. Man, I remodeled her condo.